And I wonder if maybe you guys would like to see a part of this game in the meantime. I can show you this in the video, but the problem is in 30 minutes I'll be leaving to record the Tyrell game, so if it's unfinished, it's unfinished. So that's the deal. But let's have a look, right? So it's Fate Militant for Stark against Martell Wolf. Historically, Martell Wolf was extremely strong at some point in the game's history. Won Worlds as well, right? With Leonard Paga. And you can... I'm guessing it's still the same style of deck, but no longer as strong as it was back then. Might see some Ramses and stuff like that in this deck. And we know how Argento is. Puts all the characters in and just never goes away. So hopefully we can, in these 20 minutes that we have, get a good idea how the game is going to go, even if you have to leave early. Okay, not exactly what I would have expected. Jane, Paul and Sansa. Two ladies. So what are we doing with the ladies? Are we doing Fat Cat? I think we should be doing Fat Cat in Fate Militant, right? And Double Maiden. Just quickly catch up what's going on Discord after the game. There's voting for Mad versus Argento as well. Currently 3-2 for Tyrell. And here comes the save for the ladies. Now we should be seeing Skagos in this deck, I think. Got some Riverrun Minstrels and stuff like that. And that if you leave it alone to just grab power passively is extremely strong. Fate Militant has a positive win rate with only 2 factions that have a decent sample size. Or is it 3? It could be 3. Definitely Baratheon, definitely Stark, and I think Lannister. They have a positive win rate with Fate Militant and more than just a handful of games. And a good Frozen Solid there. Okay, not for this round, it was a blank anyway. But yeah, that takes some gold away. And what do you do now with Ariane and Martell? Because Last Earth Scouts kind of ruins your Jumpress plan. Okay. She can defend the board against military if she takes the icon. And there he is, the first Bolton character that we have. And currently is in a position to kill Jane Poole, and then it will be a while before it has to kill itself. So Dontos and Sansa are in trouble. And takes Dontos' icon to stop him from kneeling. He's of course very happy to kneel so that he can then stand and nullify claim. Although that's slightly risky. With 0 gold, can't pay for he calls it thinking. Yeah, and this is a little awkward. Okay, still brings it in for free, but now it's just taking the icon and it's knelt. So he's taken military completely. May as well take the Dauntless dupe, right, if you get attacked. Because of that bolt and flyer, unless you plan to milk it eventually. Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about her, honestly. So, how are we going to do this? Doesn't seem like he can protect the hand here. Definitely not the character he wanted to lose. And now this one is just unopposed, but no power challenge. Let's see the voting now. 5-4 for Mad. Is that objective or just teammates voting? Yeah, I guess there's a few. Let's see. 3 Tyrells and 2 neutrals voting for 3 Martells and 2 neutrals voting for Martell. And for Stark, 1 Martell voting for Stark and 3 neutrals. But that Martell is just Hannes who had to vote for both, right? Have to do that so that people can press the icons on Discord. So I guess we don't know what he really thinks. Grey Wind, one of the strongest cards in the game, in my opinion, and criminally underplayed. Unfortunately though, can only block one thing. And what is that thing going to be? You can block Bolt and Flare if he starts killing stuff. You have to leave Grey Wind unused basically. And then you can't do it on Nymeria. I gave 1 card away for the mother there. Unusual plot to play for draw. Can never really rely on it. If Brand didn't come in here, would have been 0 cards, and then Argento would have used the gold maybe for to move Grey Wind or something. And my prediction of this being a fat cat deck, incorrect. Of course she has the trait, but that means you're not trying to do passive power with River and Minstrels and stuff like that. Now I think River and Minstrels do not themselves have the 7 trait, right? Did I get that right? So it's a little awkward. For Fate Militant they would need the 7 characters to be in play, which usually you want, of course, Fat Cat to be that. And now what? Now we have Rihanna again, still a bit less scouts. We have this Bolton Flare, 1 cancel, and we have Dorn, and we have Caitlyn. So all kinds of stuff happening. Does Argento want to attack into Dorn? And if he does, I think it's only going to be with her. Okay, immediately cancels Nymeria. Doesn't want to lose icons, which means he is not going to cancel the Bolton Flare trigger. He's going to have to keep Bran there as a soak for that. Well, problem is the agenda doesn't really do much, because there's only 1 power to take. So Argento is ahead, and 5 cards in Martell, in the Martell hand, but now he is attacking into Dorn. And Matt doesn't want to lose board state here. So there goes Dorn. And of course on the Intrigue challenge it doesn't work anyway, so Sansa could attack. I wonder why. You can win on defense, but maybe it's about time to get some power on Matt's faction card. To get something from the agenda as well, is there not? You're winning this and protecting your power, but card advantage for... Oh, actually, since she is in the challenge, you're safe from Dorn on this challenge. Okay, and you're going to leave this one on the boss, right? So that kind of works out still. Just don't lose another summer. Has something he doesn't want to lose. Septum Ordain gone. Probably that was not it, I'm guessing. And dominance should go to Med. Yeah. Now one's killing Bran, the other is killing what? Sansa. Dontos, okay. Okay, one more plot we can see. Then we have to switch to the Tyrell game, I think. Exchange into the warrior. Now the warrior is quite easy to trigger here with Caitlyn. But again, pretty early in the game. Only 2 power, which means you can take both power but not also the agenda trigger. Oof. Harrenhal, you don't want that in play, do you? Don't particularly want Carhold either, you never know what that does. Or maybe you do. Does it stop? Cannot gain power. Doesn't stop Fight Militant anyway. Maybe there's no other power to be gained. Dorn Dupe would be maybe okay. Unless you're playing PD. Yeah. Just have to answer a rules question real quickly. And there comes Harrenhal anyway. And now going first. Quite an advantage. So can you bait out the Harrenhal trigger? Do you kill her? Renown on Sansa. Are you worried about that? Guess you leave her, right? I think she was the bait, probably. Although still 2 Bolton Flares. What are you doing with them? They're just going to kill Sansa and Septa. Oh, this guy. Yeah, but this guy is getting sacrificed. Okay, that's 1 cancel with the Greywind coming back. But is he going to cancel Nymeria again instead? To make sure you get a good round with power. You could cancel... You can't cancel this guy because he still goes away. What could you cancel? And now we've taken yeah, the icon. So that warrior with the power swing not happening. Can't really stop it, because if it's not Nymeria, then it's the Shadow City Bastard. Can be defended, but not with the 7 character. And you're giving a card away, right? Yeah, so this one is going to start turning around, but we know how Argento is with this. Just it seems impossible to completely get rid of him ever. And if Bolton Flares kill Septa and Sansa, then he doesn't marshal any more of the low cost characters, then they surely have to kill themselves. Well, there goes the other icon from Caitlyn. Gento's just taking the Sansa power here. And is there any more tricks? No. So that's going to 9 power, right? And this one could be defended. Or reserve, but may as well defend it. And the Grey Wind's still there, so what does he do? So, choice basically. There's 2 triggers for the Bolton Flyer, so first one gets cancelled, and the second one will successfully kill Sansa. And now that Matt has defended Intrigue, means he's lost dominance, and it's 10-1. So Argento not that far away, but look at the board now. That Harrenhal and those cards in hand. And unfortunately, we are not getting our wish. We don't know who's going to win this game, just as we have to leave it. Because this is now the part where it can massively swing, right? Could be all of those 30 minutes needed, and then Martell wins at the very last moment. Okay, Winter Festival. Can march Septa. Greywind is going to come back. Could take, could cancel Nymeria this time. And if you can keep the icons. All 3 fiefdoms, plenty of gold. Oh, but they only give 1. Wonder why he chose to go first. That's why, possibly. Yeah, Greywind could have cancelled that. Well, that spent a good chunk of gold. Has 4 left. Now he has a chance for ambush, because last Herd Scout is gone. And he still has the Heron Hall. Now if you put in... Here we go. It's not going to kill the reducer, surely. If you put in Greywind, cancel the icon control, and Caitlyn still... yeah, that's the one you do. Caitlyn still wins Power Challenge and Winter Festival. And there it is. Okay, successfully marshaled that summer that really needed to be killed, right? You can't let him trigger. Bring one of the characters back. And he's brought in Lester Scouts. Now, no Greywind though. There's no more gold for that, but would have really solved a lot of issues, I think. Because now you can hit Caitlyn again, right? With icon control. And was looking good for a second there, that the Bolton Flares would have to kill themselves, but now there's also Jingle Bell and the Steward there. Okay, so shall we see this round to the end, and then we switch, because the Terrell game is starting, but I don't want to leave you here when it's really completely in the balance. Yeah. Taking both icons, and she swings back. Well, Caitlyn is still there with the 7th, right? So these guys need to stay standing to defend against the Intrigue Challenge, right? But they do not. Does he have more icon control? Or does he think it's not that urgent and just wants to hit Greywind? She wins on defense anyway. I think she's happy with that. Yeah. Didn't even consider that. I thought she would just swing back. But yeah, that's even better. And now what? At least one of these will still be unopposed, right? And then it's 11 and 13 with Winter Festival. And Argento has managed to protect Greywind. He's just passed. I think he loses out on one unopposed, or does he? Because if he had, yeah, if he did 2 challenges, then dominance would be tied, but he would win one unopposed and he would get claim from that. Possibly would have given a Dorn trigger as well, so interesting choice. But let's say it's he knows what he's doing. And if the next plot is another Winter Festival, then I think we can probably just record this to the end now. Or is it just the heads of spikes? That would be interesting. It's in fact the Harris. Can keep 2 characters against Caitlyn. And going first again, if he's found the Ramsey. Well, there's gold for 1 Ramsey and not much else. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, winning initiative really important here. Do that before Greywind. Okay, and he has 3 characters and he has Nymeria now. If just a Winterfell Steward comes in with Greywind or something like that to cancel her trigger, and another guy that absorbs military claim, then Argento is still, Mad is still in trouble here. Simply because of the lack of power icons. But yeah, the hand could be bad. If it doesn't work out here, then I think this is the point where his challenge ends on that 12 power. Does he have it? Nothing. Well, can't lose the power challenge still, right? Because she says an opponent's character, and if there isn't one, she can't take a single icon. Losing Greywind, that was the one guy that you wanted to keep for next round when you have 2 more cards, and surely next round you would have a chance to do what I suggested. So he's staying on 12 and he's winning dominance. So he's going on 13. Bolton Flare kills the bastard daughter, and unfortunately Jason is lost. Could he have been played with Grey Wind? Not really, right? Can defend himself on the military challenge. Does he give any strength increase? I don't think so, that would be a bit much. He's already too good. And yeah, there we are. You win or die, and this time Argento wins initiative. And just needs a power challenge. He's lost Grey Wind and with his stealth as well, and he's lost Sir Jason. But he's drawing 4. He has to go first. Not going first is absolute madness. Okay, you're giving a lot of gold away for the fiefdoms. But you just need one challenge. He's going second. He's going second and he's letting Harrenhal happen. Well, on the plus side, he's not letting Ramsay happen anyway. With an empty board, so. Okay. Yeah. It's a decent chance to steal the icons. He needs to steal. He's left 3 gold. Now that's a little weak for ambush. 4 would be better, but there are cards that can come in for 3. Power icon. Needs a few more. Perfect character. And now gains the trait, and here's Hodor. Okay, he defends, can't attack. Now do we have Shadow City Bastard for that last Herd Scouts? Matt hasn't drawn as much as he would have liked, so no guarantees that he has everything. Although, did we see a Misty Morn at some point with exchange? I think we did. It's only this guy or girl in that pile. Now, what's the situation now with the icon control? So, 3 power icons in play. If Nymeria takes one and then you just defend, that's alright, but even better would be ambush. Yeah, now he's going to consider his options. So, yeah, sorry to all the people who want to watch the Terrell game and to my teammates for not being there at the start, but just such an awkward time to leave this game because it's about to be decided, and I guess we're now going to stick with it. And it is what it is. Well, no reason not to defend, really. Yeah, because the character was going to be lost for claim. Now is there tricks to win the challenge anyway? Carry on into Argento or something. Not that it would be super bad for Stark anyway. Successful defense, that's giving a card for Dorn. Chance to draw one of those Dornish spies or something. I can take the icon from Lastard Scouts, for instance, and then you can attack with one of the characters, let's say Ariane, and defend with the other against Lady. And if this guy then tries to attack military, he has the 7 trait, remember, you can defend against that, and if it's unsuccessful, still only 14. Yep. Doesn't defend as expected. No penalty except for the claim. And now, does she have anything? Or is she going to let Lastard Scouts initiate a military challenge here? No, that would be one to block if you can, otherwise these two guys are going. Then okay, she defends against Lady, but still consider that to be a pretty bad round. Yeah, of course she could replace herself with something that dies, and then you keep well, Nymeria is such a great character here. Keep her, but if you keep Bolton Flare, also takes care of Lady or Hodor later. Yeah, well, vengeance on the military claim, of course, is have to call the bluff. There's no way around it. A chance to find it with Dorn as well. No. Didn't have it. That's 14. She's still there to defend. Could it be that the hand is kind of weak here? Now, is there any good reason to... Yeah, no, there isn't to even initiate it. We know what's happening. So 14-6, and we had Dohaeris and March to the Wall, 2 copies, and here we had the Dohaeris. So what are the final plots? Tontos and Sir Jason Meister are gone, and yeah, Winter Festival, good job that 1 power is going, because you can't Yeah, with 0 claim you still can't, so 13 might go to 15 because you can't bring the power down. Claim raise on the power challenge, not really the thing that Martell does. Plot cancel is the thing that they can do in theory, but since we've seen nothing so far that gains gold in the plot phase, that might also not be in the deck. So Argento can win with nothing here. If there's nothing to disrupt the Winter Festival, Argento can win by doing absolutely nothing. Well, haha, okay. It's not going to help. So now Argento is, I think, actually not going to do anything because attacking into Dorn just gives a slight chance that the opponent draws something. He had the second Winter Festival and didn't play it the first time when he had a chance to win with that. He went through you win or you die first, I guess, which makes sense. You don't want to leave that as your last plot. You want that in round 6 and then round 8 again if the game's still going on, and it's going to happen, right? If somehow magically Mad survives, although I don't see how, because he'd also need to win dominance, right? Which isn't happening. Then Argento could play you win or die again. Yeah, Morgulis didn't exactly work in his favor here. Ramses were good. Harrenhal couldn't kill everything. And I think this is a chat that precedes the concession here. And there we are. So let's leave it now, because the Tyrell game is in progress and maybe we can still catch some of it. So thank you for watching this one with me. See you in the other game.